What's up, guys? It's Iron Geek. I just want to do this video to touch base on everything that I've done thus far on my Hot Toys Gladiator Hulk. Now, when I first got this, I was blown out of the water with it, and I really loved it. And then I ran into an issue. From Sideshow, this head sculpt was damaged. It had some sort of like hard, rough, it looked like someone dropped a whole glob of super glue right there on the earlobe, and it had a cut in it as well. So I called Sideshow, and then I sent them an email to get a replacement. That's on the way. They sent me the wrong one. They actually sent me the Screaming Head. But anyway, long story short, I decided since I'm getting a new one that I wanted to do something with this one. So I cleaned all that off. I scraped it down, filled in the cut with Super Sculpted, repainted that part of the ear, removed the war paint, repainted the areas where I removed too much paint, and then I sculpted a new pair of teeth, and this was the outcome. I wanted a clenched teeth version, and I didn't want to have to purchase a Avengers original one due to the fact that those are going for like $115, $120 on eBay. So this was actually a good way for me to do that, as well as having the newer style haircut, which I really like. So with that being said, I noticed that the teeth on this look so good, and then I was looking at the teeth on the Screaming Head sculpt, and I was like, okay, well, yeah. Now I'm gonna flash a bunch of pictures right now, and as you can see, in each one of these pictures, the gums are not showing. Now, when I get to this picture right here, you can see that the Hot Toys version, the gums are showing a lot. So what I decided to do was resculpt the teeth on this to be more screen accurate and also have a more realistic feel to them. They actually look like real teeth versus now that I look at it, when I compare to the other head sculpt they sent me, these teeth right here look more like toys. So those are the two major mods that I did. I did one other major mod. I'll get to that in a second, but first thing I want to show you is my first modification that I did. As you can see, he's missing the armor right here on his bicep. Reason being, as you can see, it's still connected, but they're connected via magnet because there's a seam right here, and if you pop that seam, you can add some magnets and a little bit of metal to it, and then you can remove the armor, which I believe Sideshow should have gave you this, or not Sideshow, Hot Toys should have gave you this option to begin with, because I just love that look. I mean, with the outfit he's wearing, the gauntlets, and no armor on the chest or the arm, I mean, it makes him look beast. So that was the first modification I did, which only took me about 2 or 3 minutes to get it all figured out. Now, the major modification I did, as you can see, the stance of this Hulk, the typical stance of a Hulk without the feet lifting on the edges, would be about right there, right? Now, I'm able to, with ankle pivot, get him in a pose like that, and his feet still sitting flat. How I did that, I popped off the ankle, or the foot, which I noticed has a deep recess in here. And playing around with the amount of articulation, I realized that if I can get a good amount of articulation this way, all I had to do was remove some of the rubber right here, which I removed about 1/8 of an inch down, and then did a U shape, and then I basically tapered it inward so it gets thicker as it goes in, but it tapers out to a finer edge, which gives the ball joint more room to move that way, which in turn gives insane ankle articulation. And this modification was hands down the best one that I did, for the simple fact that I wanted to get him in a bunch of cool poses. And if you look at any movie stills or anything like that, the Hulk does not stand straight up. He stands slouched, you know, real archaic like. So yeah, that was the modification that I did that I was really the most satisfied with. That, along with the teeth and all that, turned this, in my opinion, into the best Hulk figure that you could own. Now, if you're wanting to do these modifications, the ankles, that's something that's not for the faint of heart. Now, if you want to contact me for the teeth modification, go right ahead, hit me up on my Instagram or here. My Instagram is iron_geek_37, and yeah, I do all kinds of crazy modifications to Hot Toys, and you know, all kinds of crazy custom work. So check me out on Instagram. Stay tuned for more on this channel. I'll be doing tips, tricks, as well as more custom work, in-depth videos on everything that I do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it wasn't too long. And until next time, like always, may God be with you and God bless. Peace.